Alright guys, so today we're working on a Range Rover. We're doing rotors and pads. I've already taken this back side off, but I'm going to show you guys how to get it done. So obviously you're going to jack up the car. What I did, I put it right underneath the control arm. The car is going to readjust the height because it's going to think that this tire is on a hill and the rest of the car is not, so it's going to adjust the height. So you're going to have, you take your tire off after that. You're going to have your rotor, you're going to have the pin that holds the rotor in place. You're going to have your caliper, the bracket, and so on. Like always, I show you guys the trick of when the caliper is in place, right through the center there. You stick a crowbar and you try to put some pressure on the caliper so it will retract without you having to have special tools or anything. So you retract it, then you have the two bolts here, the one here and the one at the bottom, and those are these guys right here. Okay, those two, they were 13 if I'm not mistaken. You might want to have to hold the actual bracket, because this one tends to spin because it has Loctite on it, so it tends to spin. So you might want to have to hold it with the little vice pliers. You hold that, you loosen it, you take the caliper out of the way, you put it on the side. Don't let it hang, always try to put it on the side. And then after that, you have your bracket. That bracket is going to have these bolts right here. Okay, these are 12.15. So I have my little 15. That's how I broke them loose. Now you can have 12-point sockets. It will work the same. So you take those off. They're going to be the ones on this bracket here, sticking out like this. Okay. You're going to take those off. That bracket's going to fall off. Then you still have your rotor here, and you're going to have this bolt holding the rotor in place. Okay, and that bolt is a T50 Torx 50. You're going to take that off, and as long as you don't have the e-brake on, you should be able to wiggle the rotor out of place without having to hammer it or anything. So after you do all that, then you have to reassemble everything back together. So my employee went to get the rotors and pads, and he just came in right now. So let me get the rotors and pads, and once I start putting everything back together, I'll show you guys what everything is backwards. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so here's the new rotor. We put the stud in first, then we put the bracket, the two in the back, the 15 12 points. We put a new hardware, the pad, and then the caliper. We're going to secure it now, so everything is ready to go other than this. The other side, the same thing. The only difference is that it has a brake sensor. That's the only difference. And I put the brake sensor new already on the other side. I just gotta finish putting this one, and the other side is already getting done. So yeah, let me get this done and then we'll be right back. Okay, and this is passenger side. It's the same thing. You got the stud, the bracket, caliper, the hardware, the pads, and then this is the sensor. If you trace that sensor, it's going to go up to here, loop over there, come around, and it's going to have the connection right here. Okay, so you just put that sensor back on, and this drill rotors, it's specified for one side and the other just because of the holes on it. So this is passenger side and the other one is driver side. So yeah, so that's how you do the brake pads and rotors on a Range Rover Sport. Alright guys, like always, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.